What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson, back with the latest and greatest from the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. Today is Tuesday, January 10th. Yesterday was Black Monday. I guess we'll call it today Gray Tuesday, because Washington has made the move, the inevitable move that we were all expecting on Sunday night as soon as players turned in their key cards and lockers were empty. Washington has fired offensive coordinator Scott Turner, the son of famous, legendary head coach and offensive coordinator Norv Turner. The pride of Virginia has been fired after 3 seasons and 8 quarterbacks of offensive coordinating for the Washington Commanders, and we all knew it was coming. I don't know why Ron couldn't just tell us that truth in the press conference earlier. I don't know if you all did, but you want to piss yourself off today? Watch the 29-minute exit presser Ronald and Martin Mayhew had earlier today. But at least Ron sacked up and did what needed to be done. He fired the offensive coordinator. Was Scott all of our problems? No, but he gets a large piece of the pie of why shit does not work out for this organization. And you love to see it. My mama taught me never to prey on a man's downfall. But when it comes to being a fan of this wacky ass league, you do shit like that. You wish people to lose their jobs. You want them to turn in their key cards, and you don't look at the human aspect of it. Welcome to being a fan of sports, and especially the NFL. We cheer on shit like that. And to that I say, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last. Now comes the tricky part: hiring a new offensive coordinator. Before I get into possible candidates to replace Scott, let's read Ron's statement. Statement from head coach Ron Rivera. I met with Coach Turner today and informed him that we will be moving in another direction going forward with the offensive coordinator position. Unfortunately, we did not live up to the expectations and standard that I expected to see from our offensive unit. I felt it was best for a fresh start at the coordinator position heading into next year. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Scott and thank them for his 3 years of service to our organization. I wish Scott and his family all the best in the future. Yep, thank you for your endeavors, Scott. But next, like Ariana said, next. Now it's time to bring in an actual play caller, an actual innovator who's actually proved himself on this level that they can scheme up offense and out scheme a defense. We're not no more nepotism hires. No more former co-worker hires, Ron. Don't hire Mike Shula just because you had a couple good years with him in Carolina. Don't promote Zampese just because he's in the building already, your friends, and he knows who Sam Howell is. Go out and do a thorough vetting process for a real offensive coordinator so we can get the best out of this godly weapon of trio of receivers that we have. Terry Dotson and Curtis. We have the running game we have with Brian Robinson. The possible quarterback we could have in Sam Howell. You know, if we want to actually develop a young quarterback, we should get a fucking offensive coordinator in the building with the ability to one day be a head coach. Scott was not that. We need that in the building. Someone who can creatively balance the offense. What pissed me off about that presser they had today, they told me we want a 2-to-1 run ratio. Then why draft a receiver in the second round, pay one $24 million, and pay another one 33/3? We have great receivers. Yes, we want to run the ball, but it takes balance. Look at the playoff picture right now. There may be 2 teams out of the 14 in the playoffs that are running teams. Cut it out. We need to be a balanced offense. Ain't gonna be no pound the rock, John Riggins shit in 2023. Now get a goddamn offensive mind in this building. Go find me somebody off the McVay Shanahan coaching tree. Or do this. Benjamin Albright just posted, he just dropped a little nugget. If you don't know who that is, he helps cover, he's an NFL insider that covers the Denver Broncos, and he is very plugged in and is on the pulse of what's happening in league circles. He's one of the first voices that calls a lot of the major moves around the NFL. My boys in the group chat just sent me something that Benjamin Albright just posted. Someone asked them in relation to the Washington OC job, Ben, who are your Washington offensive coordinator candidates? Ben's answer was, I heard a rumor about Eric Bienemy, offensive coordinator for the Chiefs, after this season. We shall see. And then they said, why would he accept an OC job for a lesser team when he already has one? One, because his contract's up at the end of the season, and two, because he's looking to get he's looking to get away from the curtain of working for Andy Reid, because he's being pigeonholed and typecasted as to being he cannot succeed without Andy Reid, and to actually get a thorough vetting to be a head coach, he would need to take a job elsewhere. What better place to go than the offensive and QB hungry franchise known as the Washington Commanders, who will have new ownership coming in, and you will have a chance to be a candidate. You'll have a 1 year inside the building chance to put your name in the hat to be the next head coach hired here when new ownership gets rid of Ron and his staff in 2024. I think it makes sense. I like it. I would like to see an outside the box hiring. I'll tell you what I think Ron's going to do. He's going to, A, promote quarterbacks coach Ken Zampese, who's been an offensive coordinator before, wasn't very successful. The numbers were very meh. Would definitely be a Ron move. Or bring in Mike Shula, current offensive quality control coach for the Buffalo Bills, worked for 4 years with Ron in Carolina. Or 3, you can't count this one out, because nepotism is the name of the game in this league, and Ron is about promoting from within rather than outsourcing new hires. So do not be surprised if Jack Del Rio's son, Luke Del Rio, who is a quality control assistant coach for this team, do not be surprised if his name pops up in the conversation for this team. So, A, Ken Zampese, already on staff as the QB coach. B, Mike Shula, former offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers during Cam's best years, and current assistant quality control coach for the Bills. And C, Jack Del Rio's son, Luke, who serves as an assistant quality control coach for the team. That is what I expect Ron to do. I hope I am very wrong about all 3 options, and they actually thoroughly vet a real innovative offensive mind, hopefully on the younger side in this building. A lot of boomers in the building. We need some fresh blood. That's all I got. I'll see y'all at 9 o'clock for my live stream year-end review with Louis T, Street Scores, and Ed Oliver. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood to be a Washington Commanders fan. It may seem bleak, but firing Scott was the first step on the direction to possible prosperity. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Deuces.